We have Katie, actually Catherine, and Donna from the I started saying Missouri, but it's not Missouri, it's St. Louis Genealogical Society. And they're going to give us a little overview of what they can provide to you if you've wanted some Missouri help. I am a member, have been for a while, and they've got awesome online resources, and they're going to walk you through them if I can get them up and running. I think you're, oh,
That's funny because I came over.
they are not up and running.
Didn't know they were coming.
The last people in the room have paid $10. Great comeback. Yeah, that was good. That is Frederick, or Marty, or Freddie Margaret. Margaret? I thought I said that. Ah, there we go. I think you're there.
Okay.
And I think it's Katie going to talk, Catherine's going to talk.
Donna.
Oh, Donna's going to talk, okay.
Okay, well, my name is Donna, and thank you so much for allowing us to come here and share about the St. Louis Genealogical Society. Both Kathy and I are born and bred in St. Louis, and Kathy's been involved in the society a little longer than I have. But I'm going to share with you something more about the society and some of the background, and then Kathy's going to walk through some of the databases that we have and show you a really cool feature of our website. So we are, first of all, the largest local genealogical society in the state. So we're not state, we're not national, but local. We have members in almost every state and in 4 or 5 countries. We are all volunteer, strictly volunteer. No paid positions at all. So we have some very dedicated volunteers who have kept the society running, especially through COVID. We all suffered in many ways through that. We are open just 3 days a week from 9 to 12. You can call, you can stop by and visit if you're in town. The mission of the society is to promote family history research. And we do that by providing educational and research opportunities. We offer community services in related fields like not only just genealogy, but also Missouri history. And by collecting, preserving, and publishing genealogical and historical records. And that's probably one of our 2 main strong points, is we are scanning all the time. And a lot of that information is on the database, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. Some of our educational opportunities, we have monthly meetings, and we have volunteers, some nationally certified, NGS people, I guess, nationally certified people who speak. We have speakers from the local libraries and also some of the other local genealogical and history organizations around. So we have monthly meetings, we have classes 4 to 6 times a year. We have 3 special interest groups. We have German, Irish, and Jewish. They meet 4 times a year, and they also have speakers. And all of these are available live streamed. So if you can't be here in person, you can go to our website. You have to register for Zoom in order to get a Zoom link. The classes are available to members only, but the meetings are free, and the special interest groups are free. Additionally, we have, I don't know how many people, 20, 30 people getting ready to go to Salt Lake. We have an annual Salt Lake City research trip. And they spend about a week in Salt Lake City. The staff there helps you do research, and also many of our volunteers, and you're going too, right, Kathy?
Yes.
They're there not only to do their own research, but they're also available to help other people who are researching. Another annual thing is we have our family history conference. We usually have a national speaker as a main speaker, and then we have 4 local. This year we had David Rencher from the Family Family Search Library. And next year we're going to have Steve Little from NGS. He's their artificial intelligence guru or head of that department. And that also is live streamed, and you can sign up and attend that via Zoom, even if you're not in the St. Louis area. We have some great researching opportunities. We work very closely with the Missouri State Archives in Jefferson City. Someone from their organization spoke at our last Family History Conference. The State Historical Society of Missouri in Columbia. The Missouri History Museum and Research Center, which I believe you guys are going to tour. And then also, we have 2 different library systems here in St. Louis, one for the city, one for the county. And we work very closely with their history and genealogy departments. They often provide speakers for our meetings and our classes. I'm thinking something's happening when I hear that. So education is one, and then the collection and the preservation of genealogical records. We scan all kinds of records, congregational records, baptisms, confirmations, marriages, deaths. My family, personally, my great uncle was the last sexton of Greenwood Cemetery here in St. Louis, which is a prominent and one of the earliest African-American non-secular cemeteries. And so my cousin had several decades of burial books, and so she allowed us to scan them. And so now they're scanned and preserved, and they're available to people through the website. Burial records, we do funeral homes, we birth, marriage, draft records, anything we can get a hold of, we scan them. The organization who provides those records to us, they get a flash drive of the records once we're finished. And that way, if those records are ever destroyed or lost, at least they've been preserved and people have access to them. Okay, I think that's it for me. Kathy's going to talk about databases. And before I forget, on the back table, we brought a few handouts for you. Feel free to take those. Yes, ma'am.
I just have a few questions before you
Okay.
leave. So which 3 days a week?
It's Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays,
Saturday, 9 to noon?
9 to noon. Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you have to be a member of the society in order to attend the meetings and or the classes?
Just the classes.
Just the classes.
So you need to, and how much is membership?
The individual membership is $40. We have family memberships, we have lifetime memberships.
Okay, so they can get that on the website?
Yes,
As well?
yeah. And there is a brochure back there that will give you that information. It's
Okay, and
It's
then
a-
how do you sign up to get an invitation for the Zoom meeting?
you can go to our website and so like here's monthly meeting, over here are classes.
You click on that?
Yeah, you click on that, you find the class that you want,
Okay.
and then you'll just sign up with Zoom. Now, Kathy's going to talk about this later too. We know. Our website is old and clunky. It is not very user-friendly, and it's not mobile, it's not
Easy to see.
easy to use. So Kathy is part of that design committee that we're working on, and she's going to talk to you about that.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever been to our library in Fort Wayne, which is the largest public genealogical library in the U.S.?
I have not.
I have not either, but it is definitely on my bucket list.
You have people come from all over the nation.
Yeah,
That's second only to Family Search Library in
Yeah, it's the
Kansas City.
largest public.
yes. Well, maybe that's where I should go, because I'm not near ready for Salt Lake City. so. Okay, any other questions before I step away? All right,
Thank you.
Thank
you're
you.
welcome.
So I'm Kathy Franke, and I'm running for co-president next year. We're gonna have 2 people take over as president next year, and I'm scared out of my mind, but it'll be fun. Because of the St. Louis Genealogical Society. So we're our president she's at the end of her term, and so we have to second term, and so we got to get somebody else to do it, and so we said we'd do it anyway. I've been working on the Ask Louie team, which is if you send an email to Ask Louie, Louie, at stlgs.org, we'll answer it and we'll try to help people, give them guidance. We don't do like the research for you, because that's the fun part, right? We'll say, hey, have you checked here? Have you checked here? You might want to do a timeline or something like that. We have all of our databases on our website are available to members. Some are available even if you're not a member. But since we have to kind of keep the lights on and stuff, we get it from donations is all how we get all of our money. And donations and membership and the charge for going to the Family History Conference every year. And we make a lot of money when we go to Salt Lake, but we don't actually make that much because we have to pay the bill at Salt Lake too, but it gives us a little more flexibility with our cash. The databases, we have more than 500 databases on our website, 1.7 million just burial records. We've got a lot. We have a room, we call it the ballroom, and it's got like 40 computers in there, 30 or 40, and volunteers come in and they either do scanning of original documents, or they might do indexing of those documents so we can then put those online. So that's what we're trying to keep that going. We have St. Louis Marriages Index from 1804 to 1876. That's really helpful for some of the time frames you guys were looking at, with like the Shotos and people. I wanted to show you this. This is Pitzman's Atlas is a map of St. Louis from 1878. We have a guy who works for us who's really, really, really good at maps. He worked for the National Geospatial. He could tell us what he did, but he'd have to kill us, so. This area here is the part that's in the map. This is all of St. Louis City and County. This is over here's Illinois. Here is, if you zoom in, our website's very slow, so I brought these pages up earlier. If you zoom in on this, you'll see the street names and the addresses. O'Fallon Street, this is downtown. But you can take this thing here and slide this little slider. I don't know if you can see my cursor, it's not that big.
Yeah.
And you can slide it and look at what's there now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
And then you can make it be half and half, so you can see the names of the streets. The other thing I brought up was here. This is Carondelet Park,
Yeah, yeah,
where someone's,
Miss Connie's grandparents
yep,
lived there.
that's where my family lived.
so this is Carondelet Park, and then you can find where they live by looking like at modern streets. What street did you say they lived on?
Dover.
Dover.
Uh-huh.
I should have looked at
Well,
it.
what about Loughborough? My aunt and uncle lived on Loughborough, right there on the edge.
Oh,
And
Right
for
about where G
years.
is.
Right.
right about here?
Yeah.
So then you can look and see the property. Oh, that was a common, Carondelet Common, so that would be common ground where people used for farms and stuff. So you can do this with this map because this genius guy, Jim, works at our office, and for fun, he does this stuff.
This is not the only thing he's done. Hasn't he also done this with cemeteries?
Oh, he's done it with cemeteries,
There are
yes.
a lot of maps that
Wow.
he's.
He just sits there, you think he's just like playing on his computer, and next thing you know, pow, you got something cool. I mean, he's amazing, and we have a lot of people who know a lot about genealogy, and a lot of people who know they like different specialty areas, even though we don't like support doing research in another area. If you're asking about Maryland, they would come and get me, because I've done a lot of Maryland research. Or if you're asking about Virginia, somebody else would help you with that. I got off my script, sorry. Our membership starts at $40 for individuals, and you get access to all the databases, free classes. The quarterly, we brought some extra quarterlies. They're not like the most recent ones, but this is our quarterly. You have to pay extra to get it mailed to you. It's like $5 a year or something like that. But otherwise, you get it by email. And it's got articles in here that people wrote about specific stuff that is very, if you're into, how to do genealogy, this may not be how to, but it's really fun what somebody else went through. And then you might learn something from reading and that's what they always say. The really professionals say that. Sorry, I keep saying First Families is something we set up to recognize and identify and archive lineage of people who are historical to St. Louis. So if you've got somebody who was in St. Louis, you can apply for First Families, you can prove. Yes?
What time period for that first family?
Oh, for the First Families, we've got from 1765 to 1865. There's 3 different categories.
There's a brochure on the back
Yeah, I
too
can
that says
find out.
First Families.
Yeah, yes. And that has on the front of the inside page, founding families is 1765 to 1804, pioneers is 1805 to 1821, and immigrant families is 1822 to 1865.
And when you define St. Louis, because back at 1765, St. Louis was like a third of the state.
Right, it went all the way across.
Right, and so does that count?
I actually, tell you the truth, I do not know. To ask,
Because we have 3 of them. Ewings have 3 in that time period.
oh, really?
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Well, I would give a call, you know, on the days that we're open, give a call, and there's Diane, is the one who primarily works with First Families, and she can answer that
Yeah,
question.
or you can email her too, because
Yeah.
I think their email's in here, First Families. This is, all the details are in here.
So all of you James of Inch people, it's your ancestors.
And I
Go
think you
get
get
'em.
a pin or something once you get in. I think you
They give you a nice certificate too.
Yeah, a certificate.
And
It's
then
kind
it-
of cool.
And then it goes on the website.
So then other people can look up First Families. So then if you're related to someone else who's in there, you just get to that guy. We have biographies to recognize people. So if you have someone in your family, you want to write a biography, you can put that on our website, and then other people can read it. And it's just like 500 word essay, written in a genealogical format,
St. Louis City County.
City or county,
Yeah.
St. Louis, yes, thank you. Ask Louise where I work, and that's the funnest. Because we just had 2 people come in today, a dad and a daughter. He lives in Washington State, and she lives in Oklahoma. They came to St. Louis to research their people who go way back, and they're like, oh, Berry Road, that's, every name they were saying is, hey, there's a road named that, because they were back early 1800s. And they're going to Missouri History Library today, and you guys are touring there later. I mean, so it's all like, we're kind of like this big happy family between the 2 libraries and then the other associations, the societies. If you call us or come in or email us, we will help you as much as we can. And we have fun doing that. So the other thing we have is a lot of social media presence. There's a Facebook group, and you can get in that Facebook group, and people answer each other's questions out there. And there's like thousands of people, like 2,000 or 3,000 people in that group, more than we have as members even. The Twitter or X, we put stuff out there. Instagram, we have a blog, which is called STLGS Newsflash. You can get signed up to get on that, and then you'll get that. And that is how even though I work there, that's how I found out about this. This is new, a couple weeks old. And then Threads, never heard of it. Apparently it's something on Facebook. We have a presence on it.
It's on Instagram.
On Instagram,
Yeah.
thank you. I should have asked my daughter before I got here. She's 30, she would know. And then also the other thing to say is that our website we're redesigning it. Right now, we just started, and we've got a new volunteer. We're always looking for volunteers. Anybody lives in St. Louis? Anybody wants to volunteer, you can come in and do probably whatever you want. So, anybody have any questions? Yes?
Of course. So if someone wants to come to town like this father-daughter duo.
Yeah,
Do they need to have an appointment basically to sit down with you for a little bit?
you should, and only because we're all volunteers, so who knows who's gonna be gone on vacation or whatever, and if
Okay.
But yeah, I knew they were coming in today because they had scheduled it ahead of time, and just for their, not wasting their time
Right.
is mainly why. And we're in Maplewood, so it's not a bad neighborhood or anything. It's right kind of centrally located. It's not hard to get to. Well, it's kind of far from here, but it's.
And are your 2 names on brochures, websites, with your titles, with your access for email, anywhere? How do we find you?
Probably not.
No, you can, well, Kathy's not even elected yet, so her name's not.
It's gonna be president next year.
And I'm new to programs just this year. If you want to write to programs@stlgs.org, that will come to me and I can forward it to anybody else. And, you know, Ask Louie is asklouie@stlgs.org.
And I'm Kathy.Frankie@stlgs.org.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if, yeah, the easiest thing to do, and I'm sure, I don't know if programs is on there somewhere. We were glad you're here, but we thought this would be a good chance for us to practice detecting. So we know next time to have that stuff available for you. But that would be the safest thing, is programs@stlgs.org.
Which is-
Or just call the office.
Because I'll put this in our journal.
Oh, great.
Oh.
And the other,
Just, you know, have some of that information, so I'd like to get your first and last names so that, you know.
Sure.
Accurate.
I'm not looking like
Accurate.
an idiot, and I can, you know, look like I completed a project, so.
That's good, yeah.
also, if you decide to become a member, we would really like it if you would mention how you found out about it, because that's good feedback for us as far as what kind of impact we have, doing this kind of.
And make sure you use DG Ewing. I get a $5 rebate.
You wish.
So that's all we had. Is there anything else anybody has, is there anything else we should cover? or
You
anything
guys
else?
did a great job.
Thank you.
I've been with the group for 2 years, and this is brand new. I mean, it's not too long.
Couple weeks old.
Yeah, so they've got a lot of neat stuff. And, you remember I told it, we're Scottish, and we're a
Yes.
little tight? So we only have one gift, and you have to split it.
We're good friends.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm sure you're on keto diet, that'll help you a
Actually,
lot.
yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, it'll help.
Are you a little tight from the beverage that you had in here?
Not yet.
Not yet.
And you're welcome to stay, as I mentioned earlier, if you want to. And if you'd like to come back tomorrow when we do the history of Ewings in Missouri, you may find that a lot more interesting.
I won't be able to be here, but thank you.
But if you want to,
Thank you.
you're more than welcome.
I'm gonna write our names down.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, appreciate it.